Hello, this is Nox and welcome back to my Let's Play world. We're starting back here where we finished the last episode at the villager trading area, and today we're actually going to do the last section of the tour, which is the industrial area over there and just visiting some of the other farms as well. So we're going to head over there now and we'll have a look at what we've got. I haven't got a huge amount yet. I've got plans to do a lot more than there's already there, and some of the farms, unfortunately, because I wanted this industrial area to have a particular look to it, some of the farms have had the efficiency decreased slightly more for the aesthetic use. So the gold farm isn't anywhere near as efficient is the word I'm looking for, not effective, because it does work, but it's nowhere near as efficient as it could be, and I can generally only ever run one of the portals because otherwise there's just too many items. But I intend to actually build a bigger 4-portal one eventually anyway. But this is the design I wanted for this particular area. And like I said, I've got an idea in my mind of how I want this to set up. I'll have paths and roadways going through, probably some vehicles as well. That meant some of the farms had to be kind of scaled down just to fit into the area so they didn't look silly and too big and ridiculous. So as you can see, this has got quite a small storage area, so it can't hold a massive amount of things, and it also means that if too many of the zombified piglins come down, we end up with just a bit of a mess, and there's items all sat there and it can't manage to get its way through. But it works perfectly fine on one of them, and most of the time the filters take out all the bits I don't want them to. And over here, all of the swords gets sent over to here, so I can smelt all of those down as well into there. And of course a random chest of just junk, which eventually will go, but currently it hasn't as of yet. Oh, actually, I should show you. Yeah, let's do it now. I was going to say, yep, we'll do it afterwards, but we'll do it now. It makes more sense. We're going to go through into the Nether, and that can show you where my piglin trading area is, because it's just on the opposite side of this portal, basically. There we go. So this is the Nether as we saw it yesterday, and we went in via this portal, and this one here is my gold one. As you can see from the way I've decorated it with the black stone and the gold blocks along the sides here. And here's my little piggies, all sat there nicely in their little cells so I can trade with them. And I haven't got a huge amount in here, but then I haven't spent a huge amount of time trading. This side here is for all of the stackable items. Anything I can get that comes in a stackable format goes into there. And everything else, including the arrows, which I don't even know why we've been given arrows as a piglin trade, because we've got enough things that give us arrows, but I put them over here because I'm not going to want them. I just want to get rid of them. But this also has the boots and the potions and the water bottles and other things come over on this side. This is a nice little design. I think this was Prowl, yeah, Prowl's design. I think it's Prowl 8143. Could have the numbers wrong, but I do watch Prowl with his the Bedrock guide, along with Blue Jay Games as well, and this was actually one of his designs that I chose to use. And the filling station is just up there. You've got to get it just at the right angle, and you pop your items in, and then the minecart, by switching this on, sends your minecart backwards and forwards, filling everything up, and then a system at the back with etho hopper clock just chucks the gold out at them. So if I go around this side, you can see the tunnel for the iron farm, which is the next one. Very simple, because I've actually used this in the actual build palette, but I've also got the iron blocks in here as well. So just to signify that this is the tunnel down to the iron farm. There we go. And this is inside the iron farm. I have my llama that has been stood there for a very long time. I actually did quite a lot of decorating on the underneath of this iron farm, seeing as there was quite a bit of space. So I added this side here where it is like kind of like the work area, so they can come over and smelt the iron and use the anvil to create it into things. And they've got the raw iron there, and then the blocks of iron just as there we go, blocks of iron up here as decoration. So compared to how iron farms used to be, the amount we get now, I was like, I can actually use iron blocks as decoration, because it beats the whole 32 ingots per hour that we used to be getting. But yeah, I've got a fairly decent amount. I did manage, after waiting and getting it right, to get a composter on here, so I can compost all the poppies into some bone meal as well. And on this side, I decided to make it kind of more like the business side of things. So this is like a little reception area here. And then you'd come over and go through these double doors, and you've got your little kitty pen here, because what office doesn't need a kitty pen to make you feel good? So whilst you're sat here working, you can go and say hello to the cats if you want to, and then you've got a little rest area down here, like a little break area, and you can see through to the working side of it. And my golems are dying happily for me. Fantastic. Now that was a bit of a creeper explosion there, but I've run out of the warped wood at the moment to fix it. But that's one of the farms, I think I said yesterday, I do intend on doing relatively shortly. So this is the outside of the farm itself. I decided to put in the lava, because obviously the lava is what's used to kill the golems, take them out for me. So I've got streams of lava. There's no streams of llamas. On either side, just as a bit of additional detail and some lighting around the area. And thankfully, nothing is burning up, so we've done pretty well there. Yeah, and you can see on my little villagers, I decided to put them all in like little pods like that, rather than in one set of 5 in each of them, so to separate them all up a little bit. But the back end, still got a bit of decoration, but nothing much. And does anyone know why baby cows make so much noise when they walk? They're so much louder than big cows. Why are baby cows so loud? Yeah, you're loud. Okay, this is the Kelp Farm over here, and this is another farm that has actually been modified for the aesthetic purposes more than its efficiency. It does work, but it would be a lot more efficient if it was built in a different way like I've done at my base, because as you can see, some items do get stuck because it'll push it off, but sometimes they get stuck at the top or they'll get stuck at the bottom. But I kind of like this idea of this big kind of cathedral sort of build inside here, and if I wanted to make it the other way where it staggers back and everything can float all the way to the top and then come over, this whole build would have been so big that it would have just been ridiculous. So I kind of want it to look like an actual industrial area without it being ridiculously massive. But yeah, it still pumps out a decent amount for me, even though I am losing some, so that's not too much of an issue. Let's see. Let's head back over to here and sleep quickly, so we don't end up with things coming around here and blowing up more holes. And that's a nice thing actually of having this villager area relatively close by. It means if I need to come over and sleep, I can just run back over here. Because of the iron farm, I don't want to risk putting anything, especially a bed, too close to anything there because of how finicky iron farms and villagers can be. So it's not worth the risk, so I'd rather take the run over here or just use the Nether and head back home, or head to here because it's close enough. There we go, we'll just sleep the night away. Yes, Zed, I know. I've not fed you in a while, but I've got no villagers that I need to feed you. So eventually, when I do, you'll get fed again. But for now, you're just going to have to go without, mate. Poor Zed. I'm mean to my zombies. Okay, we'll go back and look at the last building that's currently there at the moment, and that is my Nether wart farm. I kind of gave it a very modern sort of house kind of vibe to it, but I just like the style of it. I did put the warped roots, warped warts, that's the word I was looking for, instead of having like the bushes outside, but I don't think I like it, so I will probably change that and just use the normal bushes and things on the outside like I have with the others. But this is a completely manual farm and I still need to get some more wood, so all I do is I have my Fortune 3 hoe there, and I just go around and manually collect it all. And I've got the bone blocks here, listen to that. I love the sound of bone blocks. Bone blocks sound amazing. So this is kind of meant to look a bit like just a pretty sort of like internal flowery area that you can get in some places. So that's why I've got the little walkway with the vines going over it, and then a couple of the trees in here as well. I've got a few torches here and there because I do have a couple of dark spots where things were spawning, but I think I've managed to figure out where everything is now, so I might add a few extra bits in or something along the front here just to give that, and so I can get rid of the random odd torch. Oops, just noticed that I'm getting hungry. Better feed before I start starving. Okay, so that's that one there. I will go over and show you the villager breeder that I've got, and then we can pop over and have a look at the witch farm as well. It's nothing to look at from the outside, but it works functioning on the inside. And just as a note before I do leave this area, like I said, there's going to be roads going through. I'm going to have a road on either side of this iron farm, and eventually I will be putting a tunnel going through there through to a modern area which is on the opposite side. So that's where that's going to go. I've got quite a few modern builds and some skyscraper ideas that I want to put into that particular area. But that's, and for, I think I'm not sure if I said before, but I'm also thinking of doing like a Cotswold Wildlife Park design thing. That's something we have here, not far from where I live. And it's got obviously animals and other exhibits that you can go and visit. So that's the idea of that, is that will be over there, and that's where I'll keep things like the pink sheep and other nice things that I've managed to find. This is my villager breeder. Now, it's slightly different, and again, it's not the most efficient, but I kind of like the idea of having a little house at the bottom with another house all the way at the top. So I kind of, again, slightly sacrifice some of the efficiency of this just to have it look the way I wanted it to. And I was like, you know what, I don't mind, like I said, I don't mind sacrificing it sometimes for the aesthetics. And this thing still works pretty well, because when I left it, I can't get it this way, can I? I'm going to have to go in. Okay, yeah. I don't mind sacrificing it for the looks of things, because as long as it still works and it's still functioning, it's not really a big deal if it's not as efficient as it was. Because, I mean, I actually left this guy, I left the guys up there once with a load of food, came back down here, and there were literally about 30 villagers in here. So even though it's not as effective as it could be, it still works really, really well. And I still have issues getting out of that bit. There we go, got it. Okay. Could probably do with a better way of getting up here. And once I do get around to getting elytra, I probably will have an entrance and exit in via the roof, so I can just fly straight up to the top, give them their bread, and then let them breed and then disappear off that way, rather than having to use this rickety old ladder going all the way up. But it does work. There we go. As you can see, the beds are here, which means occasionally, if it's night time, the babies can just sort of just hop and jump straight over into the beds, which isn't the best. Oh, I heard a tiny cat. Where is tiny cat? There's a tiny cat. Oh, there's a tiny cat. Yeah, so that's where they are there. I had to move them and let them move around because they were arguing over which one of those they were actually linked to. But that's fine. And up here is... How are you up here? How? How are you here? No. No. Sorry, but no. I did not know villagers could actually climb ladders in this version. I know they can do it. I've seen them do it in Java. I did not know they could actually do it in Bedrock as well. Evidently they can. But yeah, I pop in the food into there, and this little system just... They're breeding again. Ugh. Are we going to have another baby? I don't need any more babies. If I go away quick enough. Oh, no, we've got one. Oh well. Harm. Yes, harm. But yeah, so that's what happens. They'll drop down that chute eventually and end up down here. Hopefully he doesn't end up at the top again. If not, I'm going to have to take him out again. As you can see, I've got a few nitwits left over, but they can just stay there for now because I have no current use for them. Hi, Cast. Okay, so that's the villager breeder one, and obviously the actual villager zombification area was just there, so it was quite a nice little jaunt through within a boat. So land boated him through rather than any other way because it was easy enough. Okay, oh, hi. Thank you. More food. So down here is the way to the witch farm. I haven't actually decorated this yet because I haven't got a design for the witch farm yet. The witch farm itself will actually be visible from the modern area that I'll be doing, so it may end up being a modern skyscraper. But for now, I have the... Obviously, you have to have your little black cat here, so that's one of my little black cats. This is where the witches go, and my storage, which is going to back up pretty soon on some of these. My sticks have already backed up. My gunpowder's getting there as well. Spider eye, not quite there yet. Obviously the potions are completely stacked out. Glowstone's getting there. Yeah, we're getting there on a lot of them now. So this will need to be expanded or at least increased in height potentially at some point. But for now we're doing okay, and the witches should come up. Typically there's none here at the moment. Where are they? Where are the witches? There we are. And just come in a trident killer. And that does the job quite nicely. I get a little bit of XP from it, but mainly it gets me some redstone nice and easily, and I'm also getting a decent amount of gunpowder as well, which currently I don't need the gunpowder because I haven't got any elytra, so it's a nice little way of getting gunpowder. If it's a single player world, then probably a witch farm in most cases would be sufficient for gunpowder needs. Like I said, for me it was a way of automating and getting gunpowder, not gunpowder, the redstone. Yes, I know, because you're probably above, aren't you? Yeah, kind of in a crimson area just there. Okay, what's that? That goes to a village, and that's off towards spawn. So if we go back down this way, we can show you the last one, which is my raid farm. And as you can see, I've used the dark oak and the emerald blocks in this because this is what I've used to actually build the actual farm out of. So I thought that would be a good way of doing it, which is why, again, some of these haven't actually been decorated because I don't know what to decorate them with. This is the storage for the raid farm. I think I still got a few chests that I need to sort out. I kind of sort them out slowly, bit by bit, release them through, and then they come all the way through to here at the back and actually smelt down all of the other things that I don't need. And I may change that because obviously it takes a while. But we've got a decent amount of emeralds in there. I don't know if I've got any stashes of any more of them. No, but I have got a lot of other stuff and tons of totems. So that does a pretty good job. This was actually one of the first big farms I actually built, and it still needs a little bit of work. So this is it here. So what I did was I took the kind of idea of this sort of cage they've got, put it up there, and that's where the pillagers actually spawn. And again, see, loud little cow. Why are the cows so loud? Why? But I decided to kind of make it like what they've done for the iron golems. So they've got their own little cages, and that's where they spawn and will get killed with the trident killer. And then just use the same sort of block palette, but changed it from cobblestone and mossy cobble to the normal stone bricks, and then just added the vines in as well. That's the actual platform up the top there where they spawn in, and that's the second villager. There is a villager all the way to the top, so they spawn up at the very top up there, because that's the closest place they can spawn with a villager and a platform. And as they drop down that chute, they actually transfer from that village to that village, which means that I can still get the full effects and get everything from them, and they'll keep coming down. So it's really good, and it's completely insta-kill as well. So they'll literally, once the raid starts to fill up, as the raid bar fills up, it literally gets to the point that the moment it's full, it says 0 mobs, and it goes straight on to the next one. So a 7-wave raid is extremely quick to get rid of. I don't think there's actually anything else much to show you. I mean, I've got a few other places that I intend to do things, but nothing else is actually being done currently. So what I may actually do now is say goodbye for today. Thank you very much for coming along and looking at the last part of the world. Next one's going forwards. I'm probably going to do a few talking videos based on some of the things coming out in 1.17 and a potential idea I have I've been thinking about for maybe 1.18, something, because a lot of people have been speculating an end update, and I've got a few ideas on that, so I thought I would put a video together based on that. Now, the video itself probably won't be in this world, or it might be, kind of depending on what I feel like doing at the time, but anyway, that should be out. This video is obviously out for Friday, so you're now watching this on Friday if you're watching it when it actually releases. If not, it'll be a completely different day, and then the next one will be the following Monday and then the Friday. So that's when my upload days for YouTube currently are, is the Minecraft ones are definitely going to be on Mondays and Fridays. There may be other sporadic ones in between, which will be uploads from streams, and there may be an occasional one on a Wednesday if I've done something and I want to add it in. So just make sure you hit the like button and subscribe button and notification bell so you'll know when I've actually posted something in the future. And obviously go follow me on Twitch as well, so you can join me for games such as Subnautica. I'll be doing Subnautica Below Zero when that comes out in May. Dying Light, which I will rerun, and obviously Dying Light 2 when that finally comes out as well. And there may be a few other games that I may throw in there, and if you've got any suggestions of good open world survival games, then obviously drop a comment below and let me know, and I will have a look into it. Thank you very much, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.